Chef Ben, coming to you today. We're going to do a holiday favorite, a whole roasted turkey. Now, I know a lot of you like roasted turkey, but you're not sure how to go about making one. So I'm going to do a really nice, easy whole roasted turkey, and we're going to add some stuffing to it as well. Let me show you how to do it. So to begin with our roasted turkey, we're going to season our turkey with MAGGI chicken season up. So we're going to need about 10 packs for a 10-pound turkey. So it's about 1 pack to 1 pound of meat. So if you have a bigger turkey, you just increase the quantity of season up that you need. We're also seasoning our turkey. I have some fresh garlic. I also have some beautiful fresh green seasoning that I just put together in my blender. Now, I took the turkey out of the packaging, I rinsed it with cold water, and then I pat it dry with a paper towel. So we're just going to put our MAGGI season up chicken seasoning. So I'm just rubbing it in using my hands. So once you've done that, go in with your green seasoning. And you want to liberally rub your turkey with your green seasoning. And of course, some freshly chopped garlic. One of the tricks when seasoning your turkey is if you place your hand between the skin and the breast of the turkey, you can actually move that seasoning to under the skin and directly onto the breast meat. Just be careful not to tear the skin. Once you've finished seasoning your turkey, you want to cover it and leave it in the refrigerator to marinate for at least a half an hour. And while that's marinating, we're going to get started on our stuffing. The turkey is marinating, and the next step in this whole roasted turkey is to make some stuffing. This stuffing we're going to be putting into the cavity of the turkey. If there's any extra, you just butter a dish and throw it in there and pop it in the oven to bake. To make our stuffing, you're going to need some butter. I have also some chopped celery, some pimento, I have onions, I have parsley, and usually whole turkeys come with a little package called giblets. That's normally the liver and gizzard and the offal with the turkey. It makes for a delicious stuffing. Of course, if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. This recipe, into my pan, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter. To my butter, I'm going in with a whole onion, some celery, I have some chopped pimento, we're going to saute that for about a minute. I'm adding my chopped turkey giblets. The body of our stuffing is going to be made up of breadcrumbs. So I have here some lovely breadcrumbs. And these are just plain breadcrumbs because we're going to be seasoning it with some of our chicken bouillon cubes from MAGGI. I'm going to add in some sliced mushrooms, as well as some fresh chopped parsley. In the meanwhile, we're going to need some hot water because I have dissolved one of our MAGGI chicken bouillon cubes in some hot water. And this is going to add some nice, much needed moisture to our stuffing. Okay guys, so our stuffing has been cooking for about 5 minutes. Our onions are nice and translucent and all our flavors are coming together. I'm just going to add the breadcrumbs straight into here and stir it to incorporate. This is where our chicken stock or chicken broth that we made with our Maggi chicken bouillons and some hot water, we're going to pour it into here. What you want to do is just sort of moisten your stuffing. You want to add a little at a time and just mix it to combine. And that's it for the stuffing. I'm going to pour the stuffing into this bowl and allow it to cool down a little bit. And then we're going to take that turkey out of the refrigerator, spoon the stuffing into the cavity, truss it up and put it to bake. Now's a good time to turn your oven on. You want to preheat it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And don't forget, if you want to find the exact ingredients for this recipe, just head on over to www.nestlerecipescaribbean.com. I've transferred my turkey from the bowl that it was marinating in, and here I have a roasting pan. This is my good old faithful roasting pan that I've had for many years. It's fitted with a wire insert on the bottom, and what that does is it lifts the turkey off from the bottom of the pan and allows the air to flow all around the turkey while it's in the oven roasting. So I have my stuffing that has cooled down a bit. So all I'm going to do is spoon this stuffing into the cavity of the turkey, and any that remains, I have a little dish and I'm going to put it in there and put it in the oven. So you just spoon it just like that, straight into our turkey. This turkey, it's accommodated all of the stuffing that I made. If you didn't want to put your stuffing into the cavity, you could totally bake your stuffing as a separate side dish. So to ensure that your turkey bakes evenly, you can use a piece of string to truss your turkey. You have another option as well. Usually, can you guys see this band of skin here? Usually, the legs of the turkey come tucked into a band of skin so you can simply put the legs straight back into that band of skin, and that's going to hold the legs in together and give us a nice shaped turkey. The other thing that you do is you can actually turn the wings around and kind of tuck the wing tips to the back of the top of the breast. What happens when it's roasting in the oven is that these wing tips, because they're so very thin and they kind of pop up, they tend to burn. So to prevent that from happening, you just hold them and twist them all the way back to under the turkey. And that's it. If you didn't have this band of flesh or skin of the turkey attached by the legs, then you could totally use a piece of string. So the last thing that I'm going to do now is I have some melted butter, and I'm just going to brush that butter onto the skin of the breast of the turkey. And that butter is going to aid in getting a lovely brown color when the turkey is done. So once that is done, pop your turkey in the oven. I'm going to cover it loosely with a little bit of foil. In fact, let me do that. Now, we're not going to keep the foil on through the entire baking process. This turkey should take about 3 to 3.5 hours. Most turkeys come with a little pop-up thermometer that's already embedded in it. Once that pops up, it means that your turkey is cooked. If not, you need a thermometer. That's the safest and the best way to know that your turkey is done cooking. When it reads 165 degrees Fahrenheit, it means that your turkey is done. So I'm going to pop this in the oven with the foil on it for about 2.5 hours. Then I'm going to take it out and test it. I'll remove the foil and let it continue baking to get that nice, lovely brown color on the top. Okay guys, so our beautiful roasted turkey is out of the oven. It smells so good and I'm excited to try this one. Please give this recipe a try. If you head on over to www.nestlerecipescaribbean.com, you can find the specific method and all the measurements for the ingredients that we use to make this lovely roasted turkey. Let me turn it a little bit so you guys can get a good view of what it looks like. Isn't that something? If you try this recipe for your Christmas lunch or dinner, please leave a comment on our social media. I'm Chef Ben. See you again next time.